Hey, welcome back, Veteran Nation fans. What today's video is going to be about is how to do a FOIA request. And as you know, me and TC here on the show, we're very big on stopping government corruption. One major piece to that is uh, transparency. And when it comes to transparency, one of the best things that we have available to us is the Freedom of Information Act. And it's a national law. Here's where people get confused. They will sometimes say FOIA at their state and local levels. It may be there may be a law there and it may be called FOIA, but not necessarily. Sometimes it's Public Records Act requests, sometimes it's Open Records Act requests. But these are incredibly important. And a lot of auditors, First and Second Amendment auditors, are, if they haven't figured this out, they are figuring out that this is a very powerful tool to be able to use when it comes to fighting government corruption. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how to do a national Freedom of Information Act request. And pretty much what you do is you go right here to FOIA.gov. And we're going to do one here today. They have tips for making a request. Do your research, identify the right agency, what happens next. That's all key stuff. Probably this one, doing the research, is probably the biggest thing because, yeah, you don't want to waste your time, and the government will absolutely delay itself in getting back to you. So you want to be very pithy, to the point, and also thorough. The other thing you don't want to do is you don't want to ask for like things that are way beyond what a person should be getting. So you want to keep it very narrow focused because the wider that you ask for, the more chances they have to deny you what you want. We're going to go through the process. The other thing is they're never ever going to give you all the information because it's the government, and there's a lot of people there who don't feel that you are entitled to the information. So be prepared to appeal, and you should always appeal whatever they redact. And even if you think that their redactions are reasonable, you should still appeal it. And here's why: because now it makes it actionable in a court of law. So if you find out years down the road things that they should have given you weren't given to you, if you didn't appeal, you're going to lack standing and you're not going to be able to go to court and actually, be able to say that this was, unjustifiably done in a court of law. So it's not going to affect any change. So always appeal if there's an appeal process. And when it comes to national FOIA, there's always an appeal process. For your state and local agencies, if there is not an appeal process, you should absolutely be contacting your elected leaders and say, we need an appeal process. I shouldn't be able to just ask for these things, get them, either partially or completely deny them, and not have any type of recourse other than a court of law. That's what makes it really kind of tough, because it gets very expensive when you're dealing with the courts, and they should not be used for a way to keep information from the public. So with this, we're going to do a Freedom of Information Act request. We're going to type our agency name. And let's see, the one that we're going to do United States Marine Corps because I'm a Marine. I've done FOIA requests through the Marine Corps. They actually go to the Department of the Navy. And here's all, the people and whatnot where you can send this stuff to if you're going to really do it. However, the government has made it very easy through this site. So we're going to start our FOIA request. And we're going to put, there's my first name, or my last name, and my organization. We're going to put, or actually, no, I'm going to use one of our news organizations. Sorry, I can't type. I'm trying to do... America Media. Email address, we'll use veterannation at protonmail.com. I'm going to switch because you all do not need to see my phone number. As much as I like hearing from you all, I want to respond at my own time. So if you want to reach out to me, please use veterannation@protonmail.com. You have no reason to see my mailing address, but I'm going to put all that stuff in there. So I have it filled out. I have the contact information filled out. So I'm going to switch back because now we are getting to my request. Any Marine Corps, or I don't want to put documents. I want to do any Marine Corps memos, because memos is more limiting than documents, which is good. Internal correspondence or emails containing the following keywords. Here we go. Arthur. My name. Veteran Nation. Right Network. Right America Media. What else should we put in here? So we're just looking, this is just generic request to see who's talking about our show. Actually, I think that might be good. Please include any and all the above with keywords for the time period of, now let's see, what time period do we want to do? Let's do January 2015 to April 2023. Okay, I'm going to switch back here to me because I want to make sure that I'm not. Okay, so additional information. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to this so you guys can see the rest of the request. I just want to make sure it doesn't post any information that you guys don't need. So if you have a file, you can submit it here. For instance, if you want to do a letter requesting this information and not fill out all the other stuff, you can absolutely do it here. Fees, these are important. So they will charge fees, but there are waivers. So what type of requester are you? Representative of news media. Fee waiver, yes. You Right Network and Right America Media are open source news agencies who provide open source information to the public. These are a matter of public interest, and sorry, I'm getting people texting me. Okay, these are a matter of public interest and as such should be free to view for all. Amount of money, I will willingly put $50 towards this if they decide that they don't want to give us the thing. I don't really need expedited processing. I'm just doing this for you all. But if you did, you would need to put a justification. And we're going to transition back because I'm going to then click Submit Request. So I'm not going to save anything. So I just want to look right here. So it says, success, your FOIA request has been created, is being sent to the United States Marine Corps. And here is all the contact information. And then down here is a request of our summary. Now, these numbers down here, these are important. So what I will likely do is write these down or take a screenshot. I'll take these numbers and that way, if they don't process it in a timely manner, I can then start taking action through various different ways that the government has taking action. I can contact my congressman. I can do an IG complaint. I could give it to a lawyer, and then we could start going to court over this stuff. But now I have that number, which shows I made this request, and they'll have to respond. We'll probably get something by Wednesday of next week. Give them about a week to respond. That they'll just say, hey, we have it. We are acknowledging your request. You'll get it, within a matter of time. And we'll see if they come back with anything. Like I said, regardless what they come back with, if any part of it is denied, or if I think that they didn't do it thoroughly enough, I'm going to appeal this request. Again, so I have legal standing to take other action. Now, what I would encourage you is when I get this back and I get a actual number, what I'll do is I'll put it in the description of this video. And then when we have it in the description of the video, you then will ignore the one that's in the scroll here, because that's the one I just did another video on that, and that's a different one. But in the description, we'll have the thing. I encourage you that when you see where someone else does a FOIA request, take that number and then do your own request asking for the information for that, because that makes it harder for the government to hide that information. It's now not just one party who's interested. Now there's multiple parties, and now they understand that these that there's a group of people watching. So it's harder and harder for them to deny giving that stuff up. I want to do a repository for all the FOIA requests and open records requests that I have open, so that you all can then piggyback onto those and ask for that information as well. And also, I'm probably going to start a Google Drive or a Dropbox or something. I'm still waiting to figure it out what the best way is, but I'll do that. So once I get this information, it's all now open and access to you. But that is how you do. It's very quick and easy. That's how you do a national FOIA request. Again, you go to foia.gov, and you don't need an account or anything like that. You can access it all that way. And it's a lot easier. They used to have FOIAonline.gov, but they got rid of that. This new site is a lot easier. And yeah, you can get everything that you need. So this is how you do it on the national level. State and local, I might do some videos, but it varies. There's 50 different ways to do it for states, because each state has its own laws, if they have it at all. And then your local municipalities, they may have their own types of open records laws. So there's potentially hundreds, if not thousands, of different ways of doing this. But this is the one way you can do it for the national. You can see if you all want to follow up on this request or piggyback. You can do it via these ways here. You can contact these people. That's how that's done. And if it takes too long, I normally am not going to cause a problem. I'll just make a phone call, say, hey, I'm looking for my stuff. Can you get it? And yeah, it's pretty cut and dry at that point. But this is how doing these routinely is how we keep them honest. So that's how you do a national FOIA request. Thanks for watching this video. And as always, thank you for being worth serving.